You like streaming these or no?
I've been
Or
trying
do you
to
just
stream
record?
them, but I'm just recording right now, so
Okay, gotcha. That's fine.
okay.
I have.
So, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I have no problems with that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, what do you want to talk about today? Do you want to just do replay
Um.
stuff?
You know, I want to talk to you about some like mentality stuff before we get started.
Sure.
Um. So basically, the way I approach things like is that I'm always of the belief that like if you work hard enough and like you try hard enough that like you can do pretty much whatever you want.
hmm
Obviously there's sorry, one second, someone's calling my phone.
Yeah, no worries.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Okay, sorry about that. My roommate just called me from the bathroom because he was out of toilet paper.
Ooh, that's rough. All right.
So had to go
Yeah,
to
no, that's definitely an emergency. I understand.
yeah, I can figured I should go help him with that.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, like obviously there's limitations like
Barracks are under
I
Dire's bottom barracks.
not gonna can't play in the NBA if you're not like effectively if you're not over 6. Like
Right.
there's obviously like certain limitations, but like with like stuff like Dota, there's like
Dire's top barracks has
it
fallen.
doesn't feel like there's those base like
Yeah, it's
limitations.
much more inclusive for sure.
Yeah, so I feel like if you work hard enough, you can get as good as you possibly can, and like be the best in the world if you work hard enough.
hmm
And so like, but like my thing in Dota is like so I don't know, I calibrated probably at like 4K or something like that when ranked came out,
hmm
and then you know I've made it up to like and then I've made it up to the like 4.7 4.8K range, but I've just been stuck there for like I've been there for forever.
hmm
So like I guess actually yeah I've been like I guess I dropped like I've been up to like as high as like 4600, and then I dropped back down to 4K, and then I've been like and then that was like a year ago, and then they've just been mostly at like 4800 4600 since.
Okay.
um but yeah, like and that's like including like me basically like spending in like a summer while I was working an internship,
hmm
like basically just like coming home and like trying to like get better at Dota kind of thing, just like trying really hard to get better, but then like
Radiant's
not
top
getting
tower
better.
is under
So
attack.
it's been
hmm
kind of a demoralizing experience, but yeah, that's basically where I'm at, is like trying to trying really hard to get better, but like not improving
hmm
as much. And it's not even the like instant results thing that I care about. It's just like the fact that like like over time, like there's like you can only say so much for instant results, but like given the fact that like it that like you know
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. If you're trying so hard for such a long period of time, you want to see something, and you want to see like the fruits of your labor, come to fruition or whatever.
yeah
I get that.
yeah so basically I just want to get better at Dota, but like I don't know, I have a lot of issues like not knowing what to do in certain scenarios. So like I guess so like this game was an example here. I'm just gonna link you a Dota buff game real quick, like
Yeah,
from
sure.
like a match I played earlier today. Like I wasn't like I normally play carry, but like even though I was playing Venge support, but um
Okay.
like we just got like stomped out. Game was really hard. Um
Okay.
but like so like originally like I was doing like I ended up like 212 and 5, but like I was doing fine I wasn't doing terribly early on. Like I wasn't dying a bunch early on. Like I helped to get some kills and assists, but then like once they started snowballing, then I just started dying a lot.
Hmm.
Anyway, so like in that game, they had Alk safe lane, Legion mid, and then did Slardar Lich off lane, and Lion was supporting the Alk. So
Okay.
like me, Tusk, and Sven were top, and like so basically what we decided to do was well, okay, Lich Slardar is like a really strong lane, so let's just I literally told Sven, I'm like, we're not gonna be able to kill them because of the way snowball works. Like we're gonna snowball onto them and then we're gonna get Slardar stunned.
Right.
And so just like sap experience, and I literally just told him like get an Iron Talon or something and just go jungle instead, because we're never gonna beat those heroes with what heroes we have. And then we went and basically tried to gank mid, and like the Alk is like we basically rotated between like mid and their safe lane over and over.
Right.
And like our Sven never left top. He decided to try to solo against those two players and just against those two heroes and just like died over and over. Like do you think that's the correct decision to try to just like what would you do in that situation?
Yeah, no, I think what you guys did was correct. It depends though. Like, Lich is a hero that people often mess up. Basically, like all you have to do as Lich is just sacrifice and then stay at the very edge of EXP range and make sure you don't die.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do anything else. In most cases,
you win the lane by not dying.
yeah, you just exist and then you win. But a lot of people will mess it up. So you might have had an opportunity to go in and kill him at that point. But it's still like iffy, right? Because Sarda can stun you, like you said. So I think the best thing to do is just feel out whether or not Lich is going to be a good or bad player in terms of positioning, and then make a choice after that. If you can't kill him, then yeah, obviously going like mid or top is definitely really good, or mid or bottom or whatever.
That's what happened. Like we waited in the jungle for the cause so we were dire, so we were outside the hard camp, basically where they couldn't see us.
Right.
And I just waited next to Tusk and like wait for Lich to move up a bit, and then we snowball onto him. We hit Slardar on the way. Like as soon Slardar or snowball stun ends, I throw my stun, Slardar, and then Slardar stuns all of us, like including the Sven, because the Sven was trying to run forward to try to follow up stun on the Lich, and then the Lich just survives with like 75 health, and we're all like 1/3 mana because we use all our spells.
Yeah, it sounds like it was like a slight positioning thing, because like Sardar shouldn't be able to stun all you guys if you spread out correctly.
It makes sense that I guess yeah, it was like we got what's this called? Like Tusk and I got stunned because that's just because Tusk.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you guys were snowballed, but Sven should not get stunned because like he's not in the snowball.
That's true.
Yeah. So no, I think going like to another lane is perfectly fine, and also like they have very vulnerable lanes. Like Lion, not a very good defensive hero. Alchemist extremely.
Weak early on.
Yeah, he's extremely easy to gank. Especially when you have an Invoker mid who can provide a little bit more CC, a lot of damage.
Yes,
yeah. So like their only way to counter gank is with Slardar or Lion, pretty much. I guess LC could like TP and purge, but it's pretty unlikely, I think. So yeah, definitely like going for the Alchemist is scam. Just looking at the draft would have been the play, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like we should just like train hard on him, but.
Well, the problem with that is like if he just plays defensively and he realizes that that's that's your only move, he can kind of win the game by not doing anything and just like acid spraying and then running away. So it's tough, but you can like kind of brute force kills in a lot of cases with your heroes anyway.
Well, yeah, because we have like Tusk and Vengeance then,
right?
Pudge, like all of our heroes were strong early game, and like we weren't exactly like we had a lot of disable and damage. So.
Yep. So
okay.
Do you want to watch this or just like talk about it?
Oh, that was just I just wanted to talk about that just real quick.
Okay. Yeah,
that
cool.
Was the main question I had.
Sure.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if going over a replay would be like a good way, like the best thing to do, because like I don't know, like I don't particularly have like a replay that I really like think would be good to go over right now.
Okay.
Like from like like a game that like we should that like I have game like I don't have any I have basically like the only like I haven't like lost a game as carry in like several games. And, like, that's the one I would like. That's the kind of game I would want to review, rather than like me playing a support or like an offlaner kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel you. All right.
So do you think it, like should we just do would you be cool with doing like with like a live coaching thing and like seeing like what you think I need to like
Well,
be doing different, or
here's the thing with live coaching is like you booked me for an hour, right?
Or like I mean I could, if you want to do 2 hours, that's fine.
No. I wasn't. It was not about the money or anything like that.
Okay.
Absolutely not. No, the thing is with live coaching is like one, you're basically a 5K player if you round up. There aren't a lot of people that are above 5K queuing and matchmaking, at least unranked matchmaking. Like there are some, but if anything, they're doing like coin challenges or something. But yeah, so I don't think I don't even like doing it with like 3K players just because the games are so crazy and it's like they're not bad learning experiences, but they're not like structured at all. I don't think live coaching is that good personally, unless you were able to like use the coaching system and play ranked. Then it would be great because then it's a good practice environment. But yeah, so I think doing replays is like the best. Even if you have games where you won, like usually there's stuff that you do incorrectly, unless you're just like 30-0 every game. Usually there's some like big conceptual errors that are going on.
Actually, okay, let's go with this game because like I actually do have a game we can watch because like there's a game I won as Sven.
Yeah, I see it.
But like it was a lot harder than it should have been.
Yeah, this hour-long game.
Yeah, like
cool.
Against like as you can see like against Spectre and like stuff like okay, how do I need to find where I got to the replay. I need to figure out how I can share like a replay properly with you. You know what I mean? Or I guess no, you can just download it.
Yeah, I just looked at your profile, so it's cool.
Okay, yeah, I forgot that it's not since it wasn't a private game that you could download it.
Yeah. Nope, this is really easy. Alright, so I'm going to share my screen.
Sounds good.
Okay, I did see they had like a lot of like press R to win heroes. Just tough, but I mean...
Yeah, all of their heroes.
Yeah, it's certainly annoying.
Coordination.
Yeah, the nice thing about this though is you guys have like some similar heroes. Like Earth Spirit takes a lot of skill, obviously, but very impactful. You also have OD Omni and you have Sven, so you have some good heroes against it.
Yeah.
Big issue is you guys will have issues breaching high ground without winning a team fight.
Yep, that was exactly it. That
yeah.
was like, yeah, like basically we went and got like kept getting like tier 4, like tier 3s, like trying like, and we actually got all of their tier 3s before we got a Rax, just because we were like already in a lane and pushing, and like we were trying to capitalize on like Haunt being down or something like that, and then we would just like get a building and then like lose a team fight, and like literally like we almost ended up winning off of just them like getting an Aegis and then going down mid and then me just ratting 2 Racks while my team tried to like cancel TPs and stuff. Like
yeah, that's not bad.
A big part of how we ended up winning, which was like
it's kind of silly. It's like
should be winning with like those heroes. Like,
yeah, it's not structured at all.
Yeah, Sven is not a rat hero.
Yeah, well, he can be. I mean, he's pretty good, honestly.
Really effective. Like I was a 6 slotted, so I had like Moon Shards and God Strength, so I killed Rack super fast. But like, But like it's not how you should be winning, kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, so actually, like looking at your composition, you have some interesting ways that you can approach high grounds, especially against these heroes. Basically, they have no BKB disable, so that I can see, except for like global silence, I guess, but that's not really a disable. So if Omni gets some sort of dispel item, all you guys have to do is basically repel you, and then you run at the Rex, and if you get purged by Diffusal or something, which I'm assuming Spectre picks up, then you can just walk back.
Happens.
Yeah, so that's what you need to do. Eventually, Spectre is going to run out of Diffusal charges.
That also happened.
Yeah, and that's big. And if she has to keep buying Diffusal Blades, that's good for you guys. But yeah, so that's how I would approach it.
I don't think she ever picks up a second one. I think she just like sells it for like Abyssal or something. Yeah,
so you could do that, or you could also do like the same thing with Ench or OD, probably a little bit safer.
Because long range, yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense to me. It's still tough though, for sure, because like there's still the thing where they can just press all of their buttons and instantly kill your supports without defensive items. So certainly hard. But yeah, that's one thing that I see right away. If you had started doing that after getting a big advantage, then like maybe the rest of the game would be easier. But yeah.
Like we had a I think we actually had a pretty good advantage just because I played Sven and I stacked ancients, so I just farmed a lot faster than Spectre can. So like we definitely had like a period where we were a lot stronger than them, but then we just like lost like several team fights in a row because their team fight is insane, and then we and then they were back in the game basically.
Right.
Made it a lot harder.
So one thing that I saw here, this matters like quite a bit. So a lot of offlaners will try to block the creeps so that the range creep is in front like this.
Yeah.
You can counter this very easily by just running up and like tanking the range creep. And that way the range creep stops moving to attack you. And then the melee creeps will keep running, for the same reason to attack you. So like if you are here, the range creep stops and the melee creeps keep going. So then the range creep doesn't take the damage from your creeps.
Yeah. So like do that instead of trying to block my own creeps because.
Yeah. Ideally, you have the support to this, but like that's fairly advanced, and it's not something people think about often. So
yeah, that's something I knew about, but I usually leave that to supports to try to do. Yeah,
no, it's definitely something you can do for sure. And right here, you're in like I wouldn't say a total disaster yet because you can still pull to recover, but not in a good spot in terms of equilibrium because like you have 2 range creeps, a lot of melee creeps.
Yeah.
Okay. So look at this. I'm actually going to turn volume up really quick. Okay. So yeah, Phoenix is going to get a lot of EXP here, which is kind of to be expected against against your heroes, but also like you guys could have prevented this a little bit, or at least some of it. Yeah.
Yeah, not complete and total. Just him getting. Oh yeah, and our Omni Knight single pulls, I think.
Ah, okay.
Like, this is.
Well, hold on.
It ended up being kind of okay. It wasn't as bad because I got the. I guess I pulled it too close to the tower. Because
yeah. So that's what I was about to say. Is if you can recover from single pulls if you still have creeps alive, because like you can just tank outside of the tower and then it's almost back to normal. And then you can just like trim the wave or trim your creeps to adjust. So this is something that a lot of people won't do, and you very clearly tried to do this, but yeah.
I tried to do it, but I went too early because the range creep was in front, so.
Right.
I needed to wait a little longer.
Yeah, so that would have reset it, but it was a good try nonetheless. Yeah, it only becomes an issue when like you guys are trying to work together and the support messes up. So like normally the textbook play for pulling is to have the carry push out the lane really hard and have the support pull at the same time. Yeah. So you don't have to mess with the equilibrium at all. But yeah, and then it would become an issue because like you don't have any creeps to tank here, and if he messes up the pull, then it just runs into the enemy tower. So yeah, okay. So it's yeah. So because the creeps took tower hits, it's still gonna push, which sucks. This guy's gonna get a lot out of this lane, which isn't like a disaster by any means, but it's not good, obviously. One thing you'll notice about like when you watch Arteezy replays or just in play or whatever is the offlaner he's playing against almost always hates life unless it's like a really strong dual lane, and that's really just because like he's so good at controlling equilibrium. Like it sounds silly, and a lot of people like always question me on this. Like creep equilibrium is like a very simple concept, but no one really has it mastered, and I would say Arteezy is like closest to having it mastered. It really just shows in his play, and like if you just look at all of his games, like how much the offlaner gets out of lane compared to like say another carry that isn't a pro player or whatever. Like the difference is there. Like numbers don't lie at all.
Yeah.
Well, they do, but in this case, they don't. Like if offlaners consistently get less experience against you than everyone else in the world, then obviously you're doing something correct. But yeah. So definitely don't like neglect this aspect of the game. The fundamentals are incredibly important. I always like in one-on-one sessions I always like preach about this. I'm sure people start to like get really pissed at me because like that's all I talk about. But yeah, it's the most important part of Dota by far.
Yeah. As usual with pretty much any competitive thing.
Yeah. No, for sure. Okay. So. This equilibrium thing is like a big issue already. I mean, you're even saving your points for cleave, so it's not that. So this is good. But
yeah, I usually do that on Sven just because when I'm trying to not just push out the lane. And then,
yeah, that's good. That's good. So I just want to go back and see, like, you know, what's causing all this. Like, I know the single pull was big and everything, but there's too much going on here to stop it. So you tank the creeps there. That's fine. Okay, so you have the same, like, HP values on the creeps here. I guess the issue here is, like, your creeps focus the creep that was already low. I don't know how you would fix this, though, is the issue. I guess you could try to tank these creeps, like, a little bit more, and, like, try to juggle them in a sense. So, like, position them so that this melee creep is going to keep chasing you, like the healthy one, and the low one will stop to hit a swing or take a swing, and that way he stops and he's physically farther back than the other creep.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So that my creeps are focusing the high health one.
Right. And that would actually make a huge difference here. Like, the wave wouldn't push out so far.
Yeah, because they all just focus that one. I hit it, and then I start trying to deny this one, but it's not enough.
Yeah, but by here it's too late. And also, like, their range creep switches off of your range creep, so there's still an HP like difference here, which sucks. Then you have to go for this. Yes, yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's rough. I think that's what you have to do in this situation, though. It's pretty rough, but yeah.
That's something I hadn't thought about before. Was like trying to juggle creeps for that's what I thought about, like, my Equilibrium was trying to juggle creeps.
No, for sure. I mean, it's not that's not a fundamental skill by any means. That's like way more advanced, but it's certainly something you can use. Yeah, it's something you'll see like the best carry players in the world do.
That makes sense.
So yeah, so far it's just like an equilibrium thing. Like, obviously you're missing some CS, but not important, or it is important, but it's not like helpful for me to talk about it. So. Yeah.
Like, I'm, it's I'm always working on getting last hits. That's
yeah.
It's like everyone's least favorite thing for someone to tell them, like, oh, you're not doing, you didn't get all your last hits. Like,
yeah.
I know.
It's just so stupid. Yeah, there's no reason to talk about it. But yeah, so always recommend practicing. But yeah. Okay, so you pick up your HOD. It's fine. Okay.
I did screw up this game. I know, like, I should have, my helm stacking was not as good as it should have been.
That's okay. I don't think anyone has ever had a perfect HOD game, to be honest. Like, ideally, you stack perfectly every time, like every minute, and you also scout during that time period, if you're a robot or whatever. But it's, pretty tough, obviously, to do that and farm, so don't worry so much. Just try to improve every game, and that's all you can do. Okay, so at this point, like, I think it's totally fine to do what you're doing and just, like, spam push the wave. You definitely need to, like, in between waves, you need to be farming, though, like, farming the jungle. This is actually quite big. You can increase your GPM so much. Like, when you have about, 4 levels or 3 levels in cleave, you can start doing this, and especially when you have your HRD. You can just start, clearing these camps in between waves and pushing it out. Like, Phoenix has already gotten a ton out of lane, and it's pretty hard for you guys to stop him from, getting any more. He's just too high level at this point, without getting a good silence and stun combo. So at this point, I think it's fine to just, like, spam push this wave and then go in between these camps and just kind of, like, fuck your supports in that sense. Like,
okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is like, I didn't do that because Omni was doing the hard camp, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna, like, clarity up and sit back then.
Yeah, he can find a XP elsewhere, honestly, or, like, worst case scenario, he can just leech. Ideally, he doesn't do that, but it's still, like, okay. If he's leeching while you're just, stagnant farming the lane, or static farming the lane, and, like, you guys are sharing 4 creeps every minute or every 30 seconds, then it's bad. But if he's sharing,
if I'm also farming jungle, then it's okay, basically.
Yeah, it's not okay, but it's much better. I still don't think it's good. Like, he can just go, like, stack or something and make up for it later, or, like, leech off your ancient stack. That's good as well. But yeah, it's okay for him to leech. It's not, like, the worst by any means. Okay, so
yeah, plus since it's Omni, it's a hero that kind of just doesn't do it's not a ganking hero.
Yeah. Okay, you got strength. That's good. You're not going to be fighting, so it's totally fine. Okay. Okay, so ideally, Omni went with you here. In a competitive game, I would say, like, this is a free tower if you just get repelled and heal and stuff. So that was a fine play. Like, doing this damage is, like, really good, because you're not going to use God Strength for anything else, right?
Yeah.
So this is a good thing to do. Okay, so you push. It's fine. You can still get the tower here. Yeah, so this is something that will help you quite a bit. Is like, think of, once you get like a certain amount of points in cleave, like I'd say 3, and HOD, and you can just tank these, like consider this part of the lane as well. Like these are last hits. They're no longer just like neutral camps. These are last hits that you're missing.
Every minute it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least if you're not fighting at all, because like it's different if you're fighting and like actively doing stuff. And here you push the tower, which is totally fine. Like this is a fantastic investment of your time. But yeah, I think you understand what I mean.
Yeah, but like there I'm not pushing the tower and like I just have free time.
Yeah, and you want to like cut out as much free time as you can. Yeah, it's just better. I don't know how else to explain it, but you're gonna get the tower here, which is good, or most likely. Okay, you dodge the fire spirits. Yep, that's great. Okay. Okay, so you are stacking still. That's fine. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't seen this before. You get both of these. You get both the small components.
Yeah, I decided to get both the small components because my thought process there was that the stout shield doesn't do like anything versus their team. I don't need it for farming, and so I should just replace it with health, and like it'll slow down my Yasha. Like it'll slow down my Yasha by like some amount, but not by enough that like I thought the health was worth it.
Okay.
Considering like how stout shield does nothing, and that I didn't think it would add that much time to my Yasha. This is something.
Oh yeah.
This goes really badly.
Yeah, this Witch Doctor should have died like right instantly.
Oh, like the Witch Doctor should have died. I was just
Yeah, this guy's dead right here.
I should have just immediately stunned him.
Yeah, he just dies for sure, and then it can't go poorly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it goes poorly because we end up like I think we end up against 5 people.
Yeah. Okay. So Witch Doctor does die, but still pretty bad.
And it's me like trying to TP out against 4 people.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, if you just kill Witch Doctor here, you guys don't chase, or you most likely don't chase.
Witch Doctor right there, then.
Yeah, the chase just ends. So it's not something you can foresee. Like, oh, I need to kill Witch Doctor here, so this prevents like a 5-man team fight or whatever.
Yeah, but Witch Doctor's right next to me. I should just stun him and kill him.
Yeah, it's basically that. Thought process doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. Okay, so pretty disastrous, I'd say. Okay. So this is tricky, right? Like I was gonna say you should TP earlier, but like they have a Phoenix here. Yeah.
I was trying to avoid the Phoenix stun, and then like I think like right there I need to TP.
Oh yeah, you actually could have gotten out here if you TP'd like a little bit sooner. That's like a pretty high level play for sure. So yeah, the biggest issue here was you didn't just like pull the trigger fast enough. Well, it's not too much to talk about there. This is something that happens a lot though. Like when this guy just walks up like this, a lot of people will assume that he's making some play or like trying to initiate or whatever. But if you consider like what these guys can do and what the entire enemy team can do, it's really not that much. Like if they go on you, I guess like theoretically they could have Spectre haunt in, like a global silence if he's level 6, but he's not. It's like they can't do too much. Yeah.
But they don't.
Yeah.
Have all that.
And even then, like Omni is right there, so even if they do Zeus ult and haunted and everything, you won't die. Like pretty much no matter what, as long as he casts his spells. So I don't know. I think that's just something to keep in mind. So, like, try to think of what the enemy team can use to kill you, and what your teammates can do to save you, like before the game even starts. So like these guys are extremely weak to like any sort of like magic immunity until Spectre gets diffusal.
Like repel just destroys them until diffusal.
Yeah, basically. So that's something to think about. Other than that, I don't think it was like. I mean, obviously it was bad, right? But it wasn't. Actually, no, it's pretty bad. Like just giving up free kills like that is not good. Especially if you're trying to like get much better, then like that's pretty big. Okay. Well, not the end of the world by any means. Now is about the time where you should go to your ancient stack. I think like just stack it once more and then go there. Okay.
I think I'd do that. Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
Because God Strength, because you know God Strength, Warcry, free.
Yeah, no, it's very easy. Okay, good. You also get a regen rune. Lucky, lucky.
Yep.
Okay.
Feels good.
Okay, you also go top here. This is fine.
I see that he wards. I see that Silencer runs up, so I told my team to de-ward it.
Yep, it's good. Information like that is really important. Okay, so the rotation top here was pretty like solid, I think. OD might have been able to get it without you, but it's pretty tricky. Like maybe somebody TPs when they see a solo OD. So I think this was good. You want to look for plays like that if they're available. You didn't give up too much farm to do this, so.
And it's a tower, so I'll assume.
Yeah, I think in this case though, you should continue pushing. It's actually pretty important, or at least like continue farming.
Oh, okay. So one thing that happened here was there was the OD was like pinging into their jungle and so at first I thought he was saying to go, and then he just started spamming get back. So I was just like, oh well. So it's just like, okay, well there must be someone there, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I just ran. So I think I run back and start doing a I think I run back and take the stack
Okay.
of the hard camp stack.
Yeah. So in this case, you had some clues as to like what the enemy team was doing. Okay. So number one was they didn't defend this tower, right? Like you're at the 5K bracket, so you can kind of account for like really weird plays, like okay, maybe a group of 4K players or 3K players would try to defend this after it's gone. But 5K players most likely wouldn't. Maybe the odd situation where they would come up, but in most cases they're not going to. Like they're just giving up this tower. So like these guys are relatively predictable, in my opinion. If they're gonna be here, it's almost a bad play for them to come up here because the tower is gone already. So when they don't defend this, you can kind of infer that they're not coming up here for a little bit, especially when there are people showing mid. Like in this case,
Zeus right now.
Yeah, and he also doesn't have a TP, which is more argument for that. So in this case, like you have to consider okay, so have you ever been in a situation in a competitive game where the enemy team is taking your tier 1, like this tower, and then you're like, okay, what's the best response possible? It's for us to do. We can't fight them. We can't stop them from doing it. We can't defend. So we need to go push another lane, or like go farm the jungle or something, the enemy jungle. Yeah. So that's that's a natural response, right?
So that's what they'll probably be thinking as well.
Yeah, in most cases.
Gotcha.
Obviously, it's different from a competitive game because it's a fucking pub, and this isn't Dota. But it's still like little things like that still apply. And in this case, you could like kind of assume that that's going to happen, or at least like based on the clues you're given. This is one of those things that like there's never a concrete answer because there's still a chance that these guys just try to gank you like for no reason. Yeah. Also, another reason that you should just push is they basically only have one way to stun you. Like, if Zeus is showing mid, then that's one of their TP cancels, and then Casca is the only other one that I see, and like Supernova, but yeah.
Outside of that, they can't do anything to stop me. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all the more reason to push here. And this is actually like, it might seem like I'm harping a lot on this like rotation thing, but this is really big because this is all pressure that you're missing out on. Like, if you can force somebody to TP here,
yeah, we could be pressuring the tier. I can be pressuring the tier 2, and I have God Strength up, so like,
right.
I could really be. Like, the sooner we get that, the sooner, like, is the better against the Spectre.
Yeah, and not only that, but also if you're pressuring this, then, like, maybe they make the decision to TP somebody up here, and then, you can TP mid and force a fight mid and go for this tower.
Yeah, and then we're up on numbers.
Right, yeah, so this is pretty important, I'd say. This is, like, depending on how, like, the next fights go, this one play could extend the game, like, 10-15 minutes, which is, pretty big against Spectre Zeus.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let's look at this. It looks like you solo won this team fight, which is good. Okay. OD kills everybody. Omni Knight, good hero.
Yeah, that's actually what I said was in chat right there. I was just like, man, that was some real OD Omni shit right there. Like, because you just fucking killed all of them.
Yeah, he just right-clicked everybody down. Okay, that was pretty simple. Yeah, okay. So your timing is pretty good. Like, HODS and Y at 15 minutes is quite good. It's like a little bit inflated because you have 2 towers, but it's still like quite good. And that's like still you've made some inefficiencies. So in this game, like maybe Miracle would have gotten like a a 12 or 13 minute, yeah.
Yeah.
SNY. Okay. So that's fine. You end up pushing mid. Yep, this is great. They have like absolutely no counterplay, so this is important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Okay, continue pushing. Great. One thing that I'm noticing right now is that the map is a little bit black. Obviously, you can't do too much about this, other than like ask your supports to ward like specific spots.
Yeah, I was trying to tell my supports to get what I was trying to tell them was that we wanted to have more aggressive vision, like because like basically what I did was I was telling them what you told us, like last week, which was like, hey, we just pushed, so we should be getting wards up like you know, outside their base, like you know, as the you know, basically I was saying like the cliff, the top, the tier, the cliff near the Dire tier 2.
Yeah, this one.
Like yeah, that one. I was trying to get like a ward there or something, and
okay.
And then like OD tries to run high ground, and we kind of just like have to run away.
Yeah, as long as you just as long as you like suggest the idea, there's not much else you can do. You can try to micro them to like, you know, tell them exactly where to place it and stuff, but I wouldn't worry so much about that.
Yeah, we basically had some issues in this fight because like like the biggest issue here was that like OD was that like we were out.
Yep.
And then like OD.
Hey.
Yeah, like
Okay.
OD, like I said, OD just like runs up to the high ground. And
Yeah, I mean he could have gotten a kill here. I don't know why he didn't do that, but it's okay. Okay. So like, I'm pretty sure this guy's supposed to die. I guess he misses uphill. No. Okay, he just doesn't hit anything. I see. Oh, whatever.
Okay, yeah, he kind of just.
Yeah, he went up. Oh, okay.
I think he panicked.
Yeah.
My guess, when he
That's
realized
looking
he was,
like it.
at their tier 2, but.
Still not the best play by any means.
But,
Okay,
like,
so
we're all
Spectre
like, okay,
chases.
Phoenix Egg, run away. Everyone's trying to get out, and then and then this is the issue when like OD starts turning around.
Yeah, that's bad.
When we can't like we couldn't turn that fight, and OD starts turning around, and then like
yeah.
And then I don't know. I guess I shouldn't have.
Yeah,
him
you definitely should not.
I should have just kept running, but since OD turned around, I was just like, oh shit, are we fighting? And then I end up dying because of this turnaround.
Yeah, no, the worst thing you can do in this situation is not trust yourself. It sounds corny as hell, but it's true. You just gotta like run straight away. You're kind of like you're making this bad play turn like much worse because you're like you know, letting yourself be influenced by, you know, what your team wants to do. And it's fine to do that normally, right? Like it's okay. It's not the worst, but in games like this, you're gonna get punished for it a lot. Like any kills you guys bleed, you know, really,
huge.
yeah, that they're amazingly huge.
We have a big advantage, and they're getting tons of gold. Like I think Spectre gets the kill on me there.
Yeah, well, Zeus got it, but it was still 600 gold.
Kill, but, okay,
yeah, and Spec was also close by, so she got the XP and stuff.
She got assist gold and experience. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really big. Yeah, my best advice here is just like, just stick to your gut, and like, unless you see something that is good, like you specifically see a play, like you see 3 heroes here, and you can blink stun them all, and you know, just kill them. Then obviously okay to turn around, but unless you have something specific in mind, then just back up. Worst case scenario, you're wrong, and you get away safely, right? Like if you go with that. But yeah, so that's pretty important. It's tough to make decisions like that sometimes, especially when your teammates are like urging you or whatever. Yeah, my advice is just stick with your gut. It is solo queue. It doesn't mean you need to play, you know, like an asshole, but definitely like these games are about you pretty much. So like you're the star in these games, no matter what. So definitely just focus on, you know, what's good for you. Yeah, or at least good for like the win, I guess, is a better way to put it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay. Good, it's good. Okay, go top. That's fine. I'd like to see you clear this out a little bit.
You mean like push the lane?
Yeah, like push it out, and then maybe go to the jungle as well. The path just makes a little more sense, like going like this. So like pushing this. Okay, I can't draw. Please. Okay.
Why is it not letting you? Okay.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, just clear this, then go to maybe a small camp, then a hard camp, then go down, something like that.
Gotcha. That's better than just turning around and going to the hard camp.
Yeah, and it's mainly because like these guys have no way to gank you, right? Like they have no hard CC.
To take ancient stacks. That might be why I didn't go that way. But
yeah,
but you're right.
Even then,
you get more farm if you go that way.
Right.
Rather than
so, yeah.
spending time running, not hitting creeps.
And that's not going to lose you the game, right? But if you do that, 2 or 3 times over the course of a game, maybe that adds up to like an extra 2k item or whatever. Or like maybe...
like we said, that's the difference between 14 minutes Henjinasha and... Like,
yeah. Okay, so you get ancient stack, great. Ideally, like you don't have 4 people leeching like this, or 3 people.
No, I saw that they were leeching, and I'm just like, okay, well, I guess Omni and...
Oh, it's okay, right? Like, it's totally fine that they're taking the EXP, that's fine. But, like, there's still so much on the map that's not being taken right now. Like, all of these camps are just
like they could have
not there.
Been jungling
Yeah.
or like, in a lane, getting experience there instead of...
Yeah, it's kind of goofy is all.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's something you want to avoid in competitive games if you can. But not really much you can do about it in pubs.
So, yeah, next I pick up Blink Dagger just because I need to be able to blink on people, kind of thing. Even though we're against...
Yeah.
Basically, I figured even though we're against Spectre Zeus, like,
Dire's top tower
we don't
is under
have,
attack.
like, a real initiation. So I need to basically be able to... Basically, what I'm saying on me right now is, okay, repel me, and if I see someone, I'm just going to blink and stun them, and we're going to kill them. Is what I was just saying to them.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to think about it. I would argue that you actually don't need a blink until after. You could just go BKB and then hit buildings, and they have no counterplay.
Yeah.
Like, they won't have Diffusal Blade yet, most likely anyway.
That's one thing I regretted was, like, that I feel like was that I was thinking I'd be okay with repel, but like, there wasn't enough repel to go around for our team.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like,
I needed to get my BKB sooner.
Yeah, I think you just should have gone BKB after SNY in this game. Mainly because, like, what are these guys gonna do? If you BKB God Strength and hit their tower, like, they could supernova on top of you, but that's it. That's actually literally all they can do. I guess they could drop Death Ward as well, but, like, you're Sven, you don't care about that. You have Warcry.
Yeah, Warcry, and I can stun, like...
Yeah.
And I can also hit him. And,
yeah, and then he dies, because you're Sven. So, yeah, I think that would be the better play in this case. And that way, like, you can have multiple people hitting tower as well, because you'll have a repel target. Okay, this is a good fight. Okay. Alright. Blink Dagger, pretty good. Yep. So it works out in this case for sure, so that's fine.
But, like, yeah, but instead I could have just gone for BKB and then just hit the tower.
Yeah, because this is...
Already, but yeah.
Yeah, because this play is reliant on these guys being stupid, right? Like, they're in range of a blink stun. Yeah.
Like, being 1,300 units from a Sven. With
Blink. It's like that's basically a fake play.
They see the blink, like if they're good, they're going to. That's the first time I blink in vision of them. Like if they're good, they're going to click me and see that I have blink.
Right.
It's possible that they didn't, and that's why they just like.
Ooh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, and then they just make bad plays like that. Where they just stand there. So like I said, we get this, and then they go on him. We don't kill him. I take a bunch of damage. I get veiled, I think. No, I don't know. I took a lot of damage there. Can you rewind that?
Yep.
Actually, I just want to see what because like.
It's probably just Zeus.
So, like, I'm full. I think I assume it's just Zeus, like because I'm full health, and then I just start melting.
Yeah. So I'll actually get vision here. All right. So okay, Zeus nukes you once. Arc Lightning. So you take a little damage there.
Oh no, I'm repelled, so I didn't get hit by the.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. Okay, so repel wears off here though.
And then it runs out.
Yeah. Okay.
And I see him there. He
blink in.
gets stunned, so I blink stun, and then I just get.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I get nuked by Zeus, and then I'm also getting hit a bunch by.
Yeah.
The, silencer.
And it was Zeus's full combo as well, so it's pretty standard.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Damage. Okay.
Yeah, not much to talk about here other than.
One thing I was surprised there was like I was just like where I was just like shit, I'm dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, not so good anymore. But yeah, so.
I should have been paying attention to the fact that I didn't have repel on me, and I shouldn't have gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it would have been totally fine to just hit buildings here. I still think it's tricky for you guys to push this. Instead of diving, yes, definitely. Because, like, when you dive like this, you're isolating yourself a little bit. Like, Zeus can do damage to you safely at that point. Like, he doesn't have to be worried about you blinking. He can do damage to you and stuff. He's very far away from your teammates, so, yeah.
Is super long range. Gotcha.
Yeah, especially with Aether ones. Like, it just is scary. So, yeah, it's definitely something to be scared of. I would argue that you guys shouldn't go for this until you have Roche. You can go for a high ground play, but it needs to be like really clean, and you also need to have a couple pickoffs beforehand. Like you had pickoffs here, and that's why you could get the tower, right? Like
Like, we're just killing
Phoenix
the
is still
Witch
dead here.
Doctor.
Yeah, and you also
Still dead, we killed the Witch Doctor.
yeah, and Silencer just respawned as well. So yeah. So this is fine because Witch Doctor is dead, but after this you should probably just back. No reason to rush the game.
Yeah, I think I was getting too antsy. Probably what I imagine was probably the cause of this was me being feeling an urgent need to push because we were playing against like Spectre, like because of what their team was. Like Spectre and like Zeus, and, like they just deal insane damage.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about your team is like you also scale like quite well. Like all of these heroes are really good.
Yeah, like all of our heroes scale, and then Earth Spirit is positioning.
Yep. Same with Omni as well. Like I don't think you like they have a strong late game, but you arguably can keep up with them. I would say you might even be better at 6-item, honestly. Like you have so much single target damage against Spectre.
That's what ends up happening is like what's his name is that Enchantress does insane damage in late game. So like we just have Enchantress lobbing impetus at Spectre from 800 units away, and there's even Dispersion can only do so much at that point.
Yeah, for sure. Like okay, so yeah, this is probably like the biggest issue in this game is you just rush this too much, and this is like obviously like I don't need to tell you that this is huge. 5-man wipe.
This is what I'm saying. Like what I was saying earlier, where I was like, okay, that was like after that fight I was like, okay guys, that was like really bad. Like we cannot do that again.
Yeah. Wait, did you say that on the mic, or like something like that? Okay, avoid doing that.
Oh, okay. Like avoid doing that after. Okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't add anything, right? Like saying like
everyone knows that a 5-man team wipe is bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's not necessarily bad either, but like if I hear that, I'm like, all right, thank you, dude. That's very helpful. Anything else you have to say? Like,
no,
yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
That's definitely important. Like if you're someone that uses the mic a lot, this is something that's like I don't have any solid proof for, but I find that if you use it sparingly, like rather than trying to communicate a lot, it's actually more effective. People are more inclined to listen to somebody who speaks only a little and is right all the time, rather than somebody who just talks a lot and is right sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I can't give you any like solid advice on that, but I think that would help.
No, I think that's reasonable. And also like I was saying this about that like I was definitely talking a lot this game because like I felt like I said about the urgent need to win. Like I also felt like this game was on me to make sure that we won kind of thing was how I felt about it.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel you.
Yeah. But I think you're right about like it's better to do fewer words that mean more rather than just saying, like you said, saying that doesn't help at all.
No, for sure. Like rather than saying that, you could say like, okay, let's farm up BKBs and go for Roche or something like that.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
so that would definitely help.
I end up saying that later, but like it doesn't help. But I could have said that instead of just being like, team, we're losing.
Yeah. Yeah. What do we do? I mean, it's like the offlaners that just like say like, "Oh, guys, Spec is free farming," and it's like 4 minutes in. Like, anyone want to gank Spec?
Yep.
Like,
yeah. I'm just like, yeah. That I know one of our players actually, RoboChips, does that all the time. Like literally every game, he's just like, "Oh, Spec is free farming." I'm like, we don't have like we had like I'm like we have like Dazzle and like some other hero. You're playing Darkseer for a reason, like. Or, you know what I mean? Something like
yeah.
Like,
No, I feel you.
There's literally nothing that we can do about that. Like,
yeah.
That is just a given until at least, like, 10 minutes or something.
No, I definitely feel you. But now yeah, you can see, like, how that applies.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, cool. So, yeah. At this point, I think we should just jump to a different replay. I still think it's, like, it'd be good to watch this one, but, actually... It's up to you. Do you want to watch the rest of this and see how it plays out, or do you want to like watch the laning phase of another replay or whatever?
I think I want to go through. Like, I think I'd really like to keep watching this for a bit longer.
Okay, sure.
Because like a lot of the things like I was saying, like a lot of the things I struggle with like is I second guess myself a lot for like and like because like I'm not a perfect player. I don't know what exactly is the right thing to do.
Right.
So like I said, I second guess myself a lot, and like I just want to like working on like big decision making, like what we talked about like with our CSL game, like the fact that that we should have realized that we needed to to rotate bot and pressure the drow
Right.
instead of trying to like do whatever we did. We should have done that. Like that's the kind of like big like macro decisions that I want to kind of focus on.
Yeah, no, those are definitely like important. Obviously, they're called macro for a reason. Yeah, okay. So let's just talk about that then. All right. So here you guys decide to go pressure bottom. Totally fine. You already have wards up. I don't have too much to say about this. Like it's pretty standard. Ideally, like the only issue I see right now is this wave is being pushed into the tower. So like ideally, if you can, like you either push this yourself, have somebody else push it, or you could send like an HOD creep to push it. But basically, you need this wave to be pushing because this is information for you guys. If the wave is here and nobody's hitting it, you kind of either know they're sitting in base,
like, coming or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to set up your lanes to be pushing while you're trying to get an objective.
Yep, very important.
Okay.
That would help quite a bit. And also, like it's insurance for yourself. Like if you lose a team fight, they can't. You know for sure that they cannot push this lane.
Top. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
That makes sense.
Okay. So this fight ends up going poorly.
This fight goes really poorly because basically what ends up happening, like I think if you go back to the beginning of it, like OD just like blinks. I think a Repel is running out and OD just like blinks into their whole team.
Ah, very good.
Yep,
Okay.
Repel is out now and then he's by himself.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
With no health because of an invis rune.
Okay. Yeah. So that's just shit.
Just there's like this was one of those ones where like everyone was like split up. Like we didn't we didn't have vision of them. Everyone was split up, so like we weren't really ready to fight. So everything kind of just went terribly.
So, I think your reaction to this was very like I actually don't know what the opposite of proactive is, but it's not proactive, which is bad. So rather than doing this and running away after the fight is lost, I think you should try to book it mid like as fast as you can and push this out. Because if you do this and you clear this wave, they can't push mid. They get nothing. They can't push bottom. They can't do anything here.
What I end up doing is like I stay for a lot longer than I should based on like how the fight was going. Like probably after OD is dying is like.
Yeah. Then at that point you just go mid.
Yeah, but then I end up trying to think that and then push the bottom lane out. But then they're here and they end up just.
Yeah, you end up dying. Okay.
Spec picks up her defusal for the first time there, so so we just kind of get like defusal until death.
Okay. So you did have like sort of the right idea, but it was a little bit too late and in the wrong place. Like you wanted to push a wave, which is correct. Like you needed to do that in this case. Like you don't have anything else to do, so you need to give yourself insurance. So, but if you went mid here, like you would have been able to get away. Like you had a crack to get through, so to speak. So it's like.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, so that's pretty big, I think. If you die here after OD dies and you see all the enemy heroes, that's like 100% on you. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. But there was this period here where like all of their heroes are running down. They do have this ward, but they don't have any ways to catch you. Like we've already established that a lot. So definitely the play here would be to just run back, and maybe they dissuaded you a little bit with the smoke, but still, yeah. Like right here, you could just very easily decide to run mid.
Walk mid, and then everything's fine. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So you end up dying. Oh, pretty big deal, but yeah. But this is
very bad. Especially dying is a hard carry. Pretty much the worst thing you can do.
Yep. So this is 2 deaths now that we've had that are just like you're trying to help your teammates, which is, a good thought. But the best thing you can do is help them by controlling the waves well.
Yeah.
Because this is something that like not everyone can do, and you seem to be like semi-knowledgeable about this. Like you understand that creep waves are a thing, whereas like a lot of players do not. Like they're just golds. But like it's really important that you push them out and stuff because they control everything. So yeah, that's probably the best way you can help your teammates in most cases is just by pushing out the right waves at the right time. So I think you should focus on that like a lot more than anything else.
That seems that seems pretty important.
Okay, so TP bottom. This is fine. I'm assuming you think they're doing Roche. Oh, you want to catch somebody? Okay.
Yeah, I think I saw the Witch Doctor, and then I start seeing the other ones, and I'm just like, yeah, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah. Also with this, like, they were just in your jungle, like, pretty deep. So you got to assume that they have vision here. Like, it's pretty safe to assume that they had wards in here. I'm just gonna check. Like, I'd be shocked if they didn't place anything. Okay, they didn't place anything. Oh, yeah, he places one right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
So
okay.
he does. Okay, he does see me.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically what ends up happening right here is I realize that like, okay, wait, when he stays a little bit and doesn't.
Yeah, he's bidding you.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I figure that he has vision of me.
Yep.
But
So that's big.
That's important to think of before, like that they'll have wards in our jungle because they
Yeah.
just have people there. That makes sense.
It's not like a guaranteed thing, but it's pretty like it's a pretty high chance. Yeah. Like
you were saying earlier, when you push and you have map control, you want a ward.
Yep. No, for sure. And that's like a natural reaction for people that are like thinking about stuff. So yeah, you should assume that in this case. I think the decision to go bottom was fine though.
Yeah, I think I think I.
Ooh, okay.
I don't remember what prompts it. I think I don't remember what
So let's go
prompted
back.
it, but I just basically tell all of my team to run into Rosh because I'm in a God Strength and we have an OD, so we'll take it super fast.
Yep.
I might have like seen someone. I don't know. I don't think anyone even showed top. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
that's a bug.
I think I just decided that we should rush.
Okay.
Not
Well, that's
a good.
that's extremely coin flippy. Like that is the coin flippiest of coin flippy plays.
Yeah.
Definitely want to avoid that.
Okay, so we see Zeus mid, and
Yeah.
that's it. Actually,
Yeah.
wait, how do we have? Yeah.
No, it's a replay bug. There's nothing
Okay.
around here.
Okay,
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
I just decide to rush, which is that's bad.
It's pretty coin flippy, yeah. Yeah, like worst case scenario, Phoenix is waiting for you guys, and he just eggs on the high ground, and you have no counterplay.
There's literally nothing to do about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this could have been pretty bad. It looks like you guys get it though.
Yeah. Basically, I tell Omni to keep me repelled, and then see Spectre dagger.
Okay.
Okay. If she runs in, I'm just stunning her, killing her.
Okay.
And then so we end up. So our spirit buys back.
Oh no. Okay. Okay, he does. That's good.
Yeah. And we end up getting them because they engaged poorly.
Mhm.
And then Zeus just like chases us. Zeus chases us for no reason.
Yeah. What is he doing down there?
Yep.
All right.
He does what OD did earlier, where he just runs into the whole team by himself.
Yeah. That's not how you play Dota. Okay. Well, that was really good for you guys.
Yeah. So then we take tower.
Okay.
So I think right now I think I'm basically saying like, okay, I'm about to have ulti. They don't have haunt. I have Aegis. Like let's take Rax. Was what I was telling my team.
Yeah. The only way you can lose this here is like you try to dive. Okay. Yep. Okay. So even that was okay, but it's not great because Zeus can still do a lot of damage to you here.
So, yeah. Basically, I need to pay more attention to my repel timer. And
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Yeah. So definitely like
this is something I definitely also need to work on is not diving in high ground.
yeah, this is something that like it takes so much team coordination to pull off correctly that like just hit towers in pubs. Like 9 times out of 10, unless you can blink and literally kill everyone or every important hero, then just hit towers and buildings and stuff. You guys very easily could have gotten racks here if you didn't dive.
Yeah, if I didn't do that, yeah.
And you very well might still, but
No, we don't. I think we end up
Okay, yeah, you
getting
do.
ranged racks. So like at first I'm like I don't want to use the Aegis, and then I decided
Yeah.
like, and then for some reason I was just like, okay, fuck it, let's go, like, because like let's go, and then
yeah. So this is a big decision.
yeah.
Now you're just gonna die.
Yep.
Well, you should. Okay, yeah, you
Well,
die.
no, I get capped with the thing.
Mhm.
Like stop the death ward.
Yep.
Yeah, and now I have BKV on the courier also.
Okay, so it was a bad decision to go back in, obviously, but the real big issue here, like the overall strategy issue, was the Raxes.
Hit the Rax while repelled.
Yeah, that's like this is the check play, whereas like maybe you could checkmate them if you kill them all and get all their buybacks, but you might as well just go for a check in this case because it's very low effort. Doesn't take any coordination other than getting repel. Yeah. Yeah, no, so going for axes here would have been really good. And this probably, like, this extends the game a lot. Like, this is probably like a 20-minute game extender by all rights. And this is after you just had a big advantage, too. So, like, with Roche and everything. So that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Okay. That's rough, but...
So we end up, and then, okay, I think at this point we can probably go to a different one, because I think at this point, like, this, basically what this game becomes is, like, me basically, like, I think I say like, okay, well, we're not gonna get high ground. Like we just had Aegis and didn't get high ground, so I'm like, okay, what we need to do is we need to get like a pick off or something before we can try to high ground. So it just ends up with like me running in around the map trying to blink stun Zeus, make Spectre haunt in, and then I just BKB TP out, and then we go try to fight without haunt, kind of thing. Is like, and then we just do that for 30 minutes until we eventually get all the reps.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to try to win, but it's bad in this game because like you could just win by BKBing and hitting these and like hitting buildings. So yeah, that's you definitely have to like kind of get creative after this point. It becomes much more difficult than just BKBing and hitting Raxus.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So I do got to bounce in a bit here. We're at about an hour, so
yeah, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay, no worries.
An hour
Yeah, so just to recap, like the big things in this, or to take away from this, was like really just the wave equilibrium things, like the things we talked about in lane, like creep positioning and stuff, and also like splitting up the map and trying to pressure things when you have the time or when you have the opportunity, especially in games like this, right? Because like I don't want to say this was an easy win because like Dota is almost never easy, if you're in like solo matchmaking or whatever. But these guys have no way to stop you from pushing. And you're an insane pushing hero.
Yeah, that's how I felt about that. I was like, okay, this like, I felt that the game should have been easy and wasn't.
Yeah, no, it would have been easy if like the top decision where you.
Sorry, continue.
No, it's okay. Like the top decision where you went to farm ancients instead of pushing out top. That was a big decision, and stuff like that. If you do it once, like you're more than likely that it's gonna like be a habit or like something that you don't implement enough in your gameplay. So I think that is something you should focus a lot on, especially if you play heroes like Sven a lot. Obviously, it applies a little bit less to like I know you play Clinks and a couple other heroes, but yeah.
Well, like okay, normally I don't play this much Clinks, but I've just been really enjoying Clinks. Like I've just been really enjoying playing Clinks lately because like
okay,
like I had a game where my opponents picked Skywrath first or something like that, so I'm like, okay, this is. Like, and I had to off lane, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play Clinks, and then they picked and then they picked Mage, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely going to pick Clinks.
Clinks off lane. Oh boy.
Hey, I mean,
it works. It works.
Like like I was against the Skywrath anti-mage, so like I had like this like Searing Arrows is actually better against him than the Bird Bolt is against me.
Yeah. No, it is true. Like he actually can outtrade Skywrath, which is funny, but yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's why I did that. But yeah, normally I'm on like. Normally I'm on. Normally I'm not. Yeah, normally I'm on like less ganky heroes, I guess. Like like Sven is like probably like my second most like archetypal hero, I guess, for like the kind of heroes I like to play. Yeah, like Sven, Jug, Anti-Mage, all those. I like heroes that cleave, that can like push out lanes and hit that do lots of damage. Yep, that's good. Okay, holy shit, you played a lot of Dota yesterday. That's good. Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah, like yesterday I just wanted to win Dota. I was just like no, that's good. I'm just going to try to gain some MMR and Okay. Oh, that's good. So, yeah, so biggest thing, like pushing the right lanes, the right time. Yeah, and I wish I could give you like a more concrete answer, but that's the biggest thing that I saw in these games anyway. Okay. Yeah, lane equilibrium being the second, and then was there like, and then not diving high ground. Yeah, like definitely, just go for the safe play in most cases. When you go for like really rush plays like that, it's like you only do that in situations where you're like extremely outdrafted rather. And even then, like sometimes it's hard to tell when you're outdrafted, and like you only have a specific timing. Just save that kind of mentality for competitive games. Yeah, see, that was actually that's actually like how I felt in that game. Like, like even though you were right about like the whole like us having like a pretty solid like game, like which ended up working out that like once like Enchantress was like fully online and like OD, because like our OD he had several kills, but like he ended up not his item progression was pretty slow. I don't think he was like farming very many creeps. Like I was super worried that we were just like that we were outdrafted and that like I felt rushed, like I had to try to do stuff like that for us to win, but like in reality we didn't. And like there's no Russian pubs. Yeah, like I also like I that's another thing that I play too aggressive at times. Like I have just I love to try to like go for like, you know, big aggressive plays and stuff like that, and just like just try to make trying to make things happen kind of thing.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to do that.
Yeah, a lot of the time, like I don't know, it probably works like a fifth of the time.
That's not very much.
Like, no,
But
maybe not like that low, but like
no, I understand what you mean.
Like my success rate on it is definitely not high enough. Like I really need to get better at figuring out like when I can actually try to make that play and
Yeah.
when I should just make the safer play.
No, for sure. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
thanks for the help, man.
Yep. I'll talk to you later. Let me know if you have any questions or whatever. You know, during the break or whatever.
Mhm.